God wants you to become a person of influence. You were created for influence. You are supposed to influence your generation with the gifts and abilities that God has deposited within you. So you were created for influence, but for you to get to that level of influence, you have to become the next level you. You have to become the next level you. So in this video, I'm going to just share a few tips, I think 2 points that can help you to develop yourself to become the next level you, so you can actualize or attain the next level results. So without wasting much of your time, let's get into it. You have to understand that God wants you to be influential. He wants you to be influential in your community. He wants you to be influential in your church, in your nation, and wherever you are strategically positioned, at your workplace, even online. He wants you to be influential. But for you to get to that level, you have to first lean into who you are. You need to lean into who you are. Why do I say so? Because you were created in you were created for a purpose, and you are uniquely designed. There has never been anyone like you, and there will never be anyone like you. You are the only you there will ever be, and there has ever been. So that is so important for you to understand, because you are designed differently and you were created to fulfill a specific purpose, which means you are irreplaceable. You are irreplaceable and you are uniquely designed. Uniquely designed for a specific purpose. Everything about you is because of why you were created. Dr. Miles Munlo used to say, you are the way you are because of why you are. What does that mean? That simply means that it's your purpose that determined your design. You know, God's purpose for your life, when God determined a purpose for you, is what determined your design, how tall you will be, which sex you are going to be, which country you position you'll be born in, you'll be born from. So all those things, the family you are born from, is all strategically planned or aligned so that you may become the person of influence whom God created you to be. But sometimes we tend to focus on what other people have accomplished, or other people may have been born in families that are well to do compared to the family from which we are born. But that's not the case. Don't focus on that, because you'll be depressed if you focus on that. The most important thing you should focus on is that everything that has happened, the family you were born in, the country you were born in, was necessary to build character in you, to help you, so that to empower you, to develop you to become the person God created you to be, so that you may fulfill His purpose for your life. So you need to embrace your upbringing. You need to embrace your origin, where you come from. You need to embrace all that, and then discover yourself. You discover yourself in God, and once you do that, it creates a basis for you to develop yourself to become the next level you. Because the truth of the matter is that where you are right now is not where you are going to end up. There is a better life for you. There is a higher life for you. Whichever level you may have attained, you may be well to do right now. There is a higher level. There is the next level. You may be struggling. There is still a next level. So wherever you are, there is a next level that God wants you to get to. But you also need to realize that where you are right now is as a result of your thinking, is as a result of your mindset, of the thoughts, the ideas that you have, or the level of your personal development. So you can never become beyond what you think, beyond your level of personal development. So if you want to go to the next level, you have to develop, you have to change. Change will always demand change in return. Change will always demand change in return. Jim Rohn used to say, for things to change, you have to change, and for things to get better, you have to get better. So, friend, things don't just happen and we don't just become. Things don't just happen and we don't just become. So you need to understand that God positioned you strategically where you are supposed to be. But some people at times, they tend to leave things to chance. But you need to realize you have gifts and abilities within you which you are supposed to develop, which you are supposed to refine so that they help you to get to the next level. So you have everything that you need for you to get to the next level, but if you don't engage in personal development, you discover that you may remain the same or you may lag behind, whilst all your peers and all the people around you are advancing. But the good news is that God wants you to get to the next level. And this is the reason why I'm creating this video, to help you to get to the next level. So for you to get to the next level, one thing that you must do right away, you must change your mind. You must change your mindset. But before you even change your mindset, you must decide that which you want to accomplish. You must have clarity of purpose, definiteness of purpose. What is it that you are trying to accomplish? What is it that you want to become? That has to be clear to you. You have to define, okay, this is what I want to become. I want to build a YouTube channel, a successful YouTube channel. You set a clear goal of what you want to become. Once you determine your purpose, you determine what you want, you decide what you want, the next best thing you are going to do is actually just start. Start doing that which you want to become. If it is a business you want to start, find a business. Just start from where you are with whatever capital you have at that particular time. Just start. It seems to be simple and it seems to be obvious, but it's so powerful. Many people are wasting time trying to understand everything, trying to figure out everything. Friend, whatever you don't know, you are going to figure out along the way. The most important thing for you is to start. You have to start. So you need to determine what is it that you want and start. So once you decide what you want, then you start. The next big thing you are going to do is that you have to be a student. You need to learn. You need to acquire information. You need to acquire information because your mindset is shaped by the experiences and the information that you have acquired. So to shift that mindset, to change it so that things may change for you, you have also to change the information. Sometimes you may have believed what is wrong. Wrong information may have formed your belief system. So as long as your belief systems are built on what is false, you always struggle. So you need to shift that. And for that to shift, you need to start learning. You need to educate yourself. No wonder personal development is important, is necessary for you to go to the next level. So you have to engage in learning. Acquiring or listening, watching content like this helps you to shape your mindset, to develop your mindset. And once you do that, it's just now about consistency and momentum. So you decide what you want. The next thing is for you to actually start. Once you decide what you want, you just have to start. Someone, is it Sean Cannell, says you have to start before you are ready. You have to start before you are ready. So the most important thing is for you to just start. Decide what you want, then start. If you want to write a book, decide, okay, I want to write a book. You decide on the topic or whatever message you are trying to communicate and start writing. Start writing with 1 word, 2 words, a sentence, paragraph. just like that, chapters, and it goes on like that. That's how you are going to finish it. Don't wait until you figure out everything for you to get started. The most important thing for you is to just start. So if you want to get to the next level in your life, you just need to do three things. The first thing is decide what you want. The second thing is start. Actually, just start it. The third thing you must do is that you just have to be a student. You just have to learn. You just have to iterate. Whatever you don't know, you figure out along the way. You learn along the way, and you just keep doing this. If you continue doing this, you are going to get to the next level. But you need to know that things don't just happen and you don't just become. For things to change, you have to change, and for things to get better, you have to get better. See you on the next level. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly subscribe, share with your friends. Stay blessed.